last turn. Did lose out to Nexus though, but you know Nexus is like not a slack by any means still for a loss.
No,
Haida did,
100%.
Get pretty deep into the bracket, but really excited to see what MT will pull out in this one. Remember, has the Pyro Mythra, has the Roy, has the Diddy Kong, but Haida always, you know, staying true and strong with that. Oh, I forgot about the Greninja.
The Greninja is his main, actually, but I mean, we've seen MT win smaller local tournaments on random before.
That's true. I mean, being a Bayonetta with random is just crazy, but opting for that Greninja and his MT's character.
Yeah. You know, his Roy is super strong, so is his Pyro Mythra. But
Haida on this Roy. Look at this. And we're finally onto game number 1. MT versus Haida on PS2. Let's get it started.
What are you thinking about the Greninja R.O.B matchup?
I think Greninja definitely has a lot to work with here.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just such a strong character. The big determination factor is going to be like R.O.B being able to utilize those projectiles to their biggest effect, especially that gyro. But do keep in mind that gyro is a double-edged sword if you're not able to use it. Oh my god, and the gyro, like I said there, a double-edged sword. It delayed all the hits, and now MT is just able to get a full combo punish.
Yeah, and I think something we're going to see consistently throughout this matchup is maybe R.O.B having some trouble getting down against MT, as he's such a big target for such a good character with a prominent up air.
Perfectly spaced fair. Got to be careful. The down tilt does catch out the gyro, but look at the side. The spin instantly coming out empty. Off the stage, and the gyro
Setting
does
up a
fall
ledge
off,
trap.
though. Yeah, the gyro does fall off, though, so thankfully, we'll be able to get away with it in that back air. Perfectly placed. Haida tries to use the back air of their own, but unable to land anything. Jug in the air, and that should be a kill.
And MT doing a great job of consistently keeping the pressure on Haida, not giving him time to set up his gyro, and just honestly getting off the ledge super well so far in this game. And these up airs are absolutely devastating in this matchup right now.
52.5% damage, and Haida just really struggling to get something done instantly. The down tilt into the back air conversion empty. Getting back onto stage with that control. The dash attack, such a good move on Greninja, catching out for a little more, but the perfectly placed back air, just spacing it out. Haida got a lot of work to do, essentially, and could lose a stock potentially soon. Needs to be really careful.
And just not really getting much room to work with anything right now. Keeping the pressure on. Every gyro that's gone on the field has just either been picked up and thrown off or fallen off the ledge.
Gyro in their hand. The dash attack almost gets the fair conversion, but the Nair thankfully breaks Haida out of that sequence of the up air. Surely will catch and end it. Haida can get a few combos going that can actually take a stock or just even up this game.
Yeah, and we've seen how R.O.B is the type of character that can take really early stocks, especially. So, you know, if you're empty, you got to be careful here. But of course, you also can't let your momentum die. Empty has so much momentum.
Falling out. Oh my god. Undertale in the ruins, falling down, but we'll be able to get out of there in that situation. Air dodge forced out and is there, but the Nair, you gotta be really careful of that empty. Getting hit out with that gyro, Haida instantly coming back. That's the R.O.B factor. You gotta be careful with the counter. Thankfully works in favor. Haida stuck on this ledge. Empty.
That neutral get up is going to get him off the ledge. And Empty just keep getting...
Oh, no. Thankfully recovers. That was really close, though, and the down tilt's catching it out, and its side special just rings true. Haida, that was a massive stock to take.
Yeah, and all of a sudden, Haida has a lead right now. Empty showing a pattern of not being able to close out these stocks so far.
And it's just a Greninja curse sometimes. You're able to get that down tilt into up smash conversion, or able to get those ladders with the up air since R.O.B is such a big body, but trying to go for a read now. This is really high percentages and gets the up air, thankfully. Quick jumps, and Haida, I'm in there. Was it a taunt?
That could have been bad there for a second, because we could definitely see Empty looking for that kill specifically. And you know, once you start to look for a kill too hard,
good mash.
Solid mash.
Unfortunately, buffer's an option, though. That's why it was a gyro into that conversion. But Haida, in firm control of this last stock, thankfully was able to recover fast. Oh, the up airs, but the second one surely will land into the third. My goodness, Empty just keeping the pressure up. R.O.B just struggling to land, and now off to the right side of the stage. Empty. Perfect.
Pushing this advantage as far as he can, but he's not going to be able to get back. With the whiff recovery there, can't feel good.
No, that was like all the momentum was just swinging back and forth, and that's actually just that's a hard SD.
And Empty's not looking happy about this one, but how could you be?
But looks like we're going to go onto small battlefield. Those platforms definitely helping out both these characters, but, you know, for Greninja, you know, especially in that case. And, I mean, if you're Empty right now, you were just able to control that game so well. Honestly, it just needs to be a little more disciplined in some scenarios, and also, you know, I mean, there are times where you're not going to be able to take the stock, right?
Oh, 100%.
But you become so desperate, and that point, it's okay, because, like, your opponent needs to be the one to make a move at the end of the day, but Empty.
100%, and R.O.B's a character that you don't want to get too desperate against, because he can absolutely...
They thrive off of that.
Yeah. So, you know, we're going to have to see a little more patience from Empty, but at the same time, we don't want to see him lit up on the pressure. He's going to fall out of that combo, though.
Unfortunate there, but it's with the gyro into the laser as well. Thankfully, the trip does make sure that Empty can get away.
And those R.O.B down tilts are just so good.
It's such a toxic move. And look at that double dash attack. Speaking of toxic moves, the third one, unfortunately, will whiff. I like the usage of the shuriken in order to confuse the landing and mix it up a little bit, but not working out in this case. Haida with the spin is just going to work once again. Barely survives. Great DI by Empty to stay in this, but
Empty's going to come off the ledge. He's getting out of the ledge traps pretty well. But honestly, Empty just not being able to find a way in right now.
Yeah, Haida is just boxing out there, but Empty almost gets a conversion and gets there. The air dodge bait, unfortunately, not the sweet spot. An unexpected gyro bounces off in there. I didn't even see that coming.
I think that was some good awareness from Haida, actually, because he's been going for those back airs consistently, and I think he did purposely bounce the gyro off the stage to do the high
I wouldn't doubt it. I mean, that's the power of the SoCal players, but able to record back onto stage, trying to land this gyro. Gyro's still really hard to grab after all these years, but the side special landing once again, 37%. Empty gets the conversion, thankfully, though, and evens up the game.
All right, we're going on the next stock, and Empty only having a 50% deficit right now. We can definitely see him making that up, especially because with one neutral win, he's been doing a lot. However, he's just not being able to find a way in. The top coming into play so much more in this second game.
And can't do a neutral if you can't even get in. But speaking of that, Haida getting comboed up to 47, 48, 56, just like that. Almost caught the recovery right there. And look at that. That dash attack is such a good whiff punish option. And the down air out of nowhere, Empty punishing it out. But the last few hits of that nair catching it out, and the spot dodge being called out with that gyro, and Empty gets edge guarded, staying just alive. Is the up special enough? None, unfortunately.
Just hardly too far out there to get that recovery. But Empty doing so well in his advantage state. It's just R.O.B is such a wall and so difficult to get by.
For real. I mean, like, oh, and now that you saw, I think the gyro bounce is on purpose now, but a perfectly placed edge guard. That's exactly what Empty needs. You're back.
That's huge.
Yeah, no, for real. You really need, yeah, if you're Empty, you really need that. Once the gyro and those like side specials start rolling on top of you, it's so hard to stop the momentum. Look at the jab. Speaking of that, Halts Haida directly there, the F tilt, landing it out. The no tech as well. Trying to land it back. You're so close, but the nair, both these players just hitting each other.
Empty getting the most out of this advantage state, but that R.O.B nair is just so strong.
No tech again. Got to be careful of those opportunities. A jab block from Greninja can potentially be deadly as well, especially when the percentages are starting to stack up. Up air clips him out. Empty struggling to land, but gets away with it. Perfectly placed there. Great get-up attack, and the up smash read, knowing it's going to do the roll backwards. Oh, up air was so close as well. Haida doesn't miss hit the conversion, though. The up tilt, not enough to lead into the up air. Ledge trap is so close.
That nair's gonna knock him off, but R.O.B's got a little space to recover here.
What?
Dropping the shield on the down smash. Oh no. And Empty, honestly, keeping these games so tight, but kind of just choking a little bit in that last stock situation.
Just really unfortunate in that case. I mean, definitely there was a big punish coming out after the down smash, but you know, sometimes when you just drop shield, you know, just a little too early, and unfortunately, that's exactly what happened. And you know, as a player, it happens. You just gotta hold that. Yeah. But unfortunately, it's not gonna work out. I mean,
good stuff from Haida there.
No, really good stuff by Haida to control that. I mean, I just love the usage of the